Senyo, do you get the purpose of the restoration, so to speak, of the name?
I think first, let's contextualize.
You're also a marketer, so you know what brands do.
I do appreciate the need for us to brand appropriately and ideally. It helps promote the country. Tourism has become a critical feature. Airports are a gateway to a country. So it's a very important conversation. But what this unveils is the weakness of our history. And over time, we've not really invested right in making sure our history is properly told. Politics has overwhelmed common sense, and our politicians cannot even agree where the sun rises and where it sets.
Thank you.
I know, and it's sad. I don't think my children today understand.
Please, they always agree on their car loans.
But that one, I don't think my children today understand Ghana's history. I think they even study a bit more of European history and American history than they even do for Ghana's history. I'm just being reminded by some of my senior brothers here about some of the failings of our coup d'etat practices, especially under Rawlings, and how it influenced our study of history. There's a need for us to relook it. We had a chance to relook it and also saw the previous government trying to tweak it just to favor them. Please, history is a reflection and a recall and a proper capturing of our truths. Let's not run away from it and want to just cue it for one party or that. We need to understand our past to shape how we move going to the future. Paul is absolutely right. Nkrumah is a hero. There's no two ways about that. But heroes fail, heroes fall. Heroes sometimes walk to zero by virtue of their inability to manage their heroism at a certain point in time. There's a reason why the British appreciated Churchill for the leadership he showed during the Second World War, but did not vote him back to be the one to rebuild the country. He was a hero. Did that make him a villain? No. Nkrumah, at some point, let's be honest about it, he missed his plot. We may find justification for it, but the summary of it is that he missed his plot. Lee Kuan Yew, you mentioned, was here. He really lamented Ghana. He saw the prospects of Ghana, and he saw wasted opportunity. Let's be honest about it. Go and read First World to Third World of Lee Kuan Yew, his first book. You know, these are facts. He worked with Kroboduse, and he saw corruption. He saw institutional failure. And he actually feared for the stability of the country's democracy. After visiting Ghana in January, in less than a month or just about a month, Nkrumah was overthrown. If Lee Kuan Yew could come from wherever it was and saw our failings, for a country that was hoping to take inspiration from Ghana and Nigeria at the time, there was honestly a problem. Nobody sitting on this panel, including His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will sign up to the 1960 Constitution. Nobody. Nobody in Ghana today. You just must be a lunatic to sign up to that particular constitution today. So let's contextualize everything. It's not to say Nkrumah has been all bad. He missed his plot at some point, but he brought us and led us into where we are today. And again, he's not the only guy who did that. There are people who contributed. Ajete Sowa, Corporal Tipo. These are people who triggered the 1948 riots, all right, that actually led to where we are today. Everybody has contributed, and we must recognize that. What General Nkrumah and Kotoka did, I don't agree that they were villains. No. Considering the state of our country at that time, the state of the trajectory of our politics, it's not reflective of the dynamism, the plurality of our culture, where everybody in a multi-tribal, multicultural environment should also find its place and space. Nkrumah closed that door for whatever reasons. Again, it's not to say Nkrumah was that bad, but he missed his plot. Those guys came in to help reset as well. They came in, but they also didn't reset appropriately. Because like Paul rightly said, we shouldn't have excluded Nkrumah. We should have corrected the problems in our constitution. We should have corrected the problems with the governors to enforce and ensure the plurality that reflects us as a people. We did that, but suppressed Nkrumah. We corrected one wrong by also doing a bit more wrong. But the democracy we have and the lessons we have built all the way today is a combination of every lessons at every point in time. So Kotoka was not a villain. He helped reset and help restore democracy, because democracy was truly lost. Nobody could debate these things unnecessarily. Again, saying that democracy was lost doesn't mean that Nkrumah ceases to be the great man of our time. No. He's a human being. He missed his plot. So we should settle that matter. Should we rename our airport? Kotoka's presence there was a reminder for all of us, those who understood history, about the need for us to actually continue to defend our democracy. Unfortunate as people may see it, it's not just a coupist thing. Today, do you know that under our current constitution, if anybody overthrows our government, we are actually mandated by our constitution to counter-coup it. Even if they restore democracy in their own form, we must restore the 1992 constitution, not any other constitution that comes after it, unless we agree collectively to change that constitution. So everybody who goes as a coupist in that new constitution, which is backed by a coup, is actually not breaching the 1992 constitution. We are restoring the democracy we fundamentally signed off on. We can agree to move on. I have a problem with the names, though. There must be harmony and policy clarity in what is making us name airports. We have 3 major airports now.
He's on the board. He says it is Accra and no other name. So if you have heard any other NDC MPs or government people suggest that they are looking for other alternatives, he says don't take any of their word.
I mean, they are making the call, but I'm saying that there must be a method to this conclusion. What is informing it? And we must have consistency. We are multicultural, we are multi-tribal. We are not a homogeneous people. We must respect and realize that. The son of a Ghan woman, a very proud Ghan woman, the son of an Ewe man, a proud Ewe man, and I'm proud of my identity. And I don't feel like I want to feel subordinated by virtue of my tribal heritage. No, and I take pride in it. I land in Kumasi and I take pride in the fact that I see Prempeh the First there. And I see it because it will be able to teach my children about the history of our people. It will be able to tell tourists about the history of the culture they are flying into. So there's value in that. What is the policy governing the naming of our airports? We have a policy governing the naming of our FPSOs. We do it after ex-presidents.
Dr. Kennedy is making a proposal that we should have a legislation that guides how we name anything in this country.
I don't agree, but you said
because the absence of it is part of this chaos.
You know something, Samson. You see how big our constitution is. It's like we have to legislate everything, including common sense. And governance reason. We shouldn't do that. We should be a people with honor, with a proper value system. We honestly sit back and we can largely tell what right is and what wrong is. There are a few gray areas, but we want to legislate everything because every day we are trying to take advantage of something.
Because we're quote-unquote bad people. No, otherwise, there's no written constitution in Britain.
Look at this conversation we are having. Why do we need that?
Because
to have a policy around how you are naming your airports. To be clear.
No.
It should be clear. If you want to propose something, you engage. Why shouldn't we have a conversation around the table? They went to the
since we can't do the commonsensical things collectively, we legislate it.
And you see, I don't think that's the optimal way to build a society. But if that becomes the only alternative to ensure reasonability and sustainability, so be it. But we can't continue to build a society that way. Our society would fail. We must be a society with a framework of values that will guide what we do. That's why when we sit here, we cannot even agree where the sun rises and say because we are NDC MPP. Then I realize that we are stupid people. But we are not stupid people. That's why we should be able to find common sense, find reasonability, find consensus in trying to develop our country. Ghana is one. Whether it's NDC or MPP, if MPP were in government today, do you want to be a hungry man? Do you want your children to suffer? Nobody wants that. We want Ghana to progress. So we should be able to find consensus over things of...
So, Senyo, where are you?
Look.
Where are you? Should there be a renaming?
Agree. I think it's okay to want to rename for those branding purposes. Kotoka served a purpose. There's a reason why nobody moved it. Think about it. How many governments have we had across the divide? Yet still nobody has touched that name because it represented something. If that what it represents can still be honored in a different way, and it's not that progressive for our time today.
So we put the number on the screen for you to see.
Yes, for 57, nobody's touched it.
57 good years.
But everybody discussed it.
Everybody discussed it, but they come to a conclusion, don't touch it. You understand? There's a reason. Because it was a name of value. It represented and was even reminding the military people why they should even be there. It's okay. You want to change it today, that's fine. It should fit within a broad policy framework. Are we honoring the culture of the locations that we find these? Is it something that we will now say, look, the Ghana people have been so considerate to us as a people. Okay. They've given us their land as our capital. We overwhelm Ghanaians even on their own.
Yeah, the Ghana people, we have taken everything away from them.
Take everything. If we want to honor
if people
them,
don't understand, the land dispute in the Ghana state, it is because we have taken everything away from them. We have taken
everything from my people. They are my people. We have taken everything. And look, they are one of the most considerate people in this country. They've given Ghana almost everything they have. If you want to honor them, you see, we are doing this by honoring the culture where an airport is situated. For that reason, Prempeh should sit on Nkrumah. Go and sit down with the Northern Regional, Traditional Council. It's also quite diverse. Let them have their consensus. If their consensus is that we are so dispersed, we rather agree that we want to just keep Tamale, so be it. If it is the Ghana people, let them also have that consensus. Give them that value. So there is a method to the action. What I see is no method to any action. All right? And I think that we are bastardizing the history in that process. And Paul, thank you so much for educating a lot more people here.
Thank you.
Let's not just throw Kotoka under the bus when we don't understand Kotoka.
All right.
He's been of value, and so has Nkrumah too.
All right. A couple of messages.